Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our presentation for our Logistics and Supply Chain Management program. My name is Vivian Allen. I am the Regional Career Services Manager for Alberta. And today we are very fortunate to have a couple of guests with us. Who will share some experiences for the program, as well as some industry details and some expertise. So today we have a special guest from Fastenal, who's going to be talking to us about her time as a regional recruiter at Fastenal and some valuable perspectives in the industry, as well, including some of the professions like warehouse and distribution management, logistics and supply chain manager. So we're going to chat about that. So we're going to have an interactive session. So we hope to learn that you learn about the program, that you're learning about the industry, and if you have some of those burning questions that you've been wanting to ask, that you can do so here today. So I'd want to introduce a couple of folks before we get rolling into our session. So please welcome from our college, Jessica Simnovac. She is our Regional Director of Admissions, and she helps our admissions team make sure that you have everything you need to be registered properly. And she'll have a few more things to talk about here in just a minute. And of course, our presenter for the session, Allyana Alvarez. She is our industry expert for today's session, being that this is exactly what she does all day long, logistics and supply chain. So she's going to talk to us a little bit about that as well. So let's get all the CDI information out there, and let's chat about what we'll cover. So we're going to do a little bit of an introduction to CDI College. We're going to talk about who we are and all of that good stuff. And then our special guest will talk about her company and industry. As I mentioned, she is an expert. And then we'll have a small question and answer period. You'll be able to ask questions to Allyana, to Jessica, to myself if you need to, and just kind of chat about things that are all logistics and supply chain. So let's get rolling. Jessica, do you want to tell everyone about who we are?
Yes, sure. So CDI College, so we've been around for over 50 years in the education field, and we have multiple campuses across Canada. So we have 23 campuses right now across the country with more than 150 different career training programs. So I know that we're all here to talk about logistics, but we also run multiple programs in healthcare, business, technology, and so on as well. So we have a wide variety of different kind of new career programs. So, some people are like, why choose CDI? Sorry, Vivian, just go on to the next one. All right, you're there. So, CDI College, like I said, we have multiple different programs, but we also have multiple modalities of learning as well. So we understand that, everybody is an individual. Some people have different schedules, different commitments, that they need different options on how to learn to get into a new career. So we have online programs, we have on-campus programs with hands-on training. We also have virtual classes as well. So quite a few different training methods so that we can really be able to assist anybody in making sure that you're reaching your goal and to get into a new career. We have practicum placements in majority of our programs as well, which is on-the-job training, which is what Vivian is specializing in here today, as well as accelerated programs. And by that, we mean, our programs are typically a year to a year and a half, depending on what you're getting yourself into. So the goal is to really get you trained in a new career and get you back out in the workforce, because that's the key, right? You guys want to get into a new career so that you can get into a better job and get working and earning as well. So that's a little bit about CDI College. And like Vivian said, I'll be here throughout the presentation and help out a little bit more at the end.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. Alrighty. Okay, Allyana, do you want to introduce yourself a bit further and maybe get started and let us know everything about Fastenal and the industry of logistics and supply chain?
Of course. Well, thank you, Vivian and Jessica, for having me today. It's my pleasure. And like what you mentioned earlier, this is something that I do. I build meaningful relationships with students. So basically, I am the regional recruiter for Western and Atlantic Canada for Fastenal. Um, Part of my role is holding these events with colleges, trying to make sure that Fastenal is known, right? Fastenal is a company that doesn't get heard by the general public only because we are a business to business supply chain solution company. So, yeah. And I have a presentation. I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah, you
share my
can stop
screen.
sharing and you can share.
Just give me a second here. All right. Let me know if you can see my.
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. Right. So let's go ahead and get started. So Fastenal, who is Fastenal? I bet that you have not heard of it, but I've never heard of Fastenal until I actually applied for my role, which was last year. I've been with Fastenal for just about over a year now. I'm still learning to this day. There's a lot to learn. We are a global company. So we are considered actually as a 500 Fortune company. We are serving in over 25 countries now. We have over 3,000 locations across the world, and we have 1,600 on-site locations. So on-site locations, basically we set up our own stores at our customer sites. So we get closer and closer to our customers, and that's I think one of the main reasons or one of the things that make Fastenal stand out is that we are growing through customer service. This is just a closer look at our locations across the globe. If you can see, the little blue mark, that's those are the 3,000 locations that we have. We have our distribution centers, our manufacturing centers. So we do have a manufacturing centers because, I mean, aside from the billions of products that we have access to, there are still a lot of products out there that our customers need that we don't carry, and that's why we make them our own and sell it to our customers. That's the power of supply chain. And this is just an overview of our statistics now from last year. So as of the moment, we have over 22,000 employees across the globe. Like I mentioned earlier, we have over 3,000 locations, our branches, our stores. We do carry, products that such as nuts and bolts, PPE, and any industrial and construction supplies we carry for our customers. And then we also have our vending machines. So we are very big on technology. So technology is one of the solutions that we offer our customers when it comes to supply chain, when it comes to helping our customers run their operations more efficiently, um, cost saving, anything. So these vending machines we created ourselves. So basically, if you've seen a snack machine or a beverage machine, it's basically the same thing, except we have our products in these machines. And we install them at our customer sites. Um, and it helps them manage their inventory more efficiently because we do get access to their inventories. So let's say one of the products is running low, then we get notified right away, and our guys will get that, and they will deliver products and fill up those machines. Um, the way that the the employees at our customer sites get access to these products is through a card. So whoever needs any product from the machine, they can just scan their card so that the our customer or the employer knows who's getting what. right? So that's just a simple method of these machines. We have also our Fastenal School of Business. We have over 400 professional courses that we offer our employees. Not only do we provide the full training in their current roles, but we also provide training for their future roles. So let's say leadership, managerial, lean solutions or project management, right? We don't only have this Fastenal School of Business, but we also offer development training courses through a third party. So let's say any, if there's any courses offering outside our our company, we support our employees with that. We do develop our employees because we grow from within, or we promote from within. 95% of our leadership roles were promoted from within the company, because it's very rare for us to hire people externally for a high level position. Um, we usually recruit entry level positions, and they have the capacity, they have the freedom to choose whichever avenue they want to move into, right? So it's a great working culture, because you know that you can trust that you'll be able to grow with the company. There's growth, the opportunity is there, as long as you have the determination to do so, right? We were at almost 7 billion net sales last year. So the fact that we are financially stable in that level, it just shows that we have the capacity to develop our technology to help our customers more efficiently and be as innovative as we can be, right? And also, of course, when it comes to developing our employees, because Fastenal School of Business, we have courses offerings in the US or somewhere in Canada or even international, and we send our employees, we fly them just to take these courses, right? So yeah, this is just a closer look at our statistics once again. But okay, let's move on to the next slide. So why join us? This is the big question. So apart from us being a global company and we have over 22,000 employees, we are a decentralized structure that offers growth opportunities. So as I mentioned earlier, when you are starting off a career with Fastenal, it's usually within an entry level position. So supply chain associate, sales associate, or sales support, warehouse associate, right? Or warehouse support. That's just the perfect opportunity for our employees to learn the foundation of the company, to learn the foundation of our operations, and also get the opportunity to learn the different roles that we have at the branch, right? Really just learning from the ground up. And then eventually, you can move into different avenues. If you want to head into operations, if you want to head into managerial, if you want to head into advanced sales or project management, or more of like the logistics part of it, right? But yeah, the opportunity is there. The courses, the training is there. You can embark your own dynamic career pathway. There's no linear pathway with Fastenal. You can certainly we can certainly assure that you'd be able to explore these careers, because you will be the first one to get that opportunity to move into certain roles within Fastenal, right? There's no micromanaging. You have the freedom to make your own decisions and be part of the business, right? So, like what I said earlier, 95% of our leadership roles began in entry level roles. A lot of our employees have been with the company 10, 20, 25, 30 years with Fastenal. They just grew with the company. Usually when I have these sessions, I bring along with me my team members, because they show a very different career pathway along those years, or among within those years, because they really grew into different positions. And yeah, it would show you that they like to talk about their career. They would explain how they grew into certain roles, right? And what they're doing now, how they're contributing to the company now. But yeah, and like I said, we are a 500 Fortune company. We are only growing. Our motto is grow through customer service. What can we do differently for our customers? And we create a partnership with our customers, because not only do we offer them products, um, billions of products, like I mentioned earlier, that we have access to, but we offer them solutions, and that's our main focus is solutions. We are a solutions-based company, so basically we have teams of people within Fastenal that really just focus on the operations of our customers. How can we how can we how can we save more money, or how can they save more money? What other technology can we offer them to make sure that their operations are as efficient as possible, right? How can we make their jobs easier, right? So that's why we have lean solutions, we have customer solutions specialists or consultants, we have national account salespeople that really focus on acquiring those big accounts such as Amazon, right? If you think of those big companies, they are our customers, right? um, and how can we take care of those contracts? How can we maintain those contracts and making sure that we're continuously contributing to their day-to-day operations, right? But yeah, what do we value? So as I've mentioned, we are a decentralized company. We have the opportunity to let our employees make their own decisions and have them take care of their business as their own. Well, we need our employees to have ambition, because it doesn't matter how long an employee has been with us, as long as they have the ambition, the drive to grow and to gain that opportunity for themselves. We need to have them um, we need to encourage them to think big and outworking the competition. We want them to add value for our customers and drive growth for our organization, not just for our organization, but create opportunities for themselves. Integrity is a really big one, because, like I said, no one's micromanaging and no one's telling you what to do, what not to do. We need to be able to trust our employees, right? And the way we can trust them is, making sure that we have the right people who carry this value, this competency, right? um, People with integrity don't need complex rules or constant supervision to do the right thing, right? Innovation is big. That's how we grow. That's how we've been growing with the company, is believing that the best ideas come from the people closest to the customer or process. We need our employees to create those positive relationships with the customers and actually become a partnership, and think outside the box, right? Always thinking outside the box and making them feel comfortable to voice out their opinion, to voice out their ideas and whatnot, right? Teamwork. We succeed by surrounding ourselves with talent, supporting those around us, and challenging each other to become better every day. So we are a global company, so that means we have employees all across the globe. We have that huge wide platform to be able to talk to anyone across the globe, right? And that's um, a big opportunity when it comes to communication, because we are not just limited to the people within our area, right? We have we have that freedom to get ideas, to get different perspectives from people across the globe with different markets, with different situations, with different solutions and whatnot, right? So we have that support. We have that we don't ever feel like we're only doing our job by ourselves, right? We have that platform, like I said, we have that sense of support from our employees. Um, and yeah, we can also direct our customers to different certain people, right, within the company to get the answers that we need, to get the solutions that we need to be able to help our customers the best way possible, right? Like I said, you can pave your own career path. So starting as a supply chain sales associate, a warehouse associate, you can move into account specialist. So meaning you would be handling your own book of business or customer base, taking care of them and just making sure that whatever the customer needs, they will be met. Outside sales rep, doing sales or meeting new customers, acquiring new customers. Branch operations manager, on-site account rep. So on-site account rep. So I mentioned earlier that we do have our on-site locations at our customer sites. So we have those people just taking care of that account, basically. National accounts is a bigger advanced sales role. They focus more on acquiring new businesses, big accounts with big accounts, because that the only way that our customers or people or companies, businesses can get access to our products or solutions is if they have an account with us, right? So we have customer solutions consultant helping out these branches that we have across the globe, um, making sure that they are aware of the products, the solutions that we have. Um, the managers can also do that. The branch managers can do that. The account specialists can do that, but they also have this extra network or extra support, right, from a bigger standpoint, right, to make sure that because these people, national accounts, customer solutions consultant, sales manager, they're considered are the ones who are just focused on the market, and they continuously go under training to make sure that they are up to date when it comes to the products and the solutions that we have, right? So they are the best people to go to when it comes to helping our customers um, run their operations more efficiently, right? And district manager, basically, the district manager would be responsible for the whole district. So, for example, in CDI or in Edmonton area, there is a district manager just overseeing all of the branches within those areas, and of course, recruitment, and the sales, and then the operations. So, of course, there's a whole other mountain after district manager. That's certainly not the highest position that we have, but it's the options are endless with Fastenal. There's so many avenues. There's so many roles that you can move into. Um, it's all a matter of really helping the employees learn what they really enjoy or what they really like to do, what they prefer to do, and wherever they think that they would succeed or they would thrive, right? But we are there to support that. The training and development is there, right? Mhm. Career readiness competencies. So what do we really look for when we do hire employees or when we do hire applicants or uh, candidates? So of course, integrity, work ethic. We need to be able to see how hardworking you are, that you have that drive within you to create opportunities for yourself and to obviously contribute growth within our company. Problem solving skills is really big because we are a customer based company, right? So we every day we continue to maintain that partnership relationship with our customers. And the way we do that is making sure that we are always thinking on our feet and providing them solutions to their everyday operations, their everyday needs, their everyday issues and concerns, anything, right? Because we are constantly faced with different situations. You just never know, right? But we need to be able to solve those problems and be think with it and be resourceful when it comes to solving those certain issues. Communication skills is big internally and externally, right? So we need you to be able to communicate well with our customers and with the people, with our peers within Fastenal, because not only you're helping each other out, but we need you to be aware of the people that the tools, the people that you have available to you to help you in your role, right? To help your customers. Um, that comes hand in hand with teamwork. Being self-reliant, because like I said, there's no micromanaging with Fastenal. There's no one telling you what to do and not to do. We need you to be able to handle your own and make your own decisions and abide by them, right? Trust your own decisions. Adaptable. We need you to be able to adapt to different situations, right? Professionalism is really big because we don't want any negativity when it comes to our partnerships with our customers, right? Um, Yeah, so just a little bit about my career. This makes more sense when we have one other team members within Fastenal, because then they would show the different career pathways that they've gone through with Fastenal, and it shows a very dynamic, very it varies what they have. It's crazy because you would see that they all, no matter how many different roles that they've grown into, they all started as an entry level position, right? But for me, it looks a bit different. I started as a regional recruiter with Fastenal last year in July. There's only three of us in Canada, so I cover Western and Atlantic Canada. Um, and basically my main goal is to establish these relationships with colleges, with universities, and engage with students like yourselves, and make sure that we introduce Fastenal and the opportunities that we have, because not a lot of people know about Fastenal, right? Because like I said, we are only business to business. We're not open to the general public. But yeah, I hold activities such as this one, employer sessions, making uh, letting you know who Fastenal is, what we do, and the different career opportunities that we have. And outside from that, I also help when it comes to enhancing professionalism. I do look at resumes. I do workshops, resume, LinkedIn, public speaking, interviewing skills and whatnot, just to, you know, that's what Fastenal is building or maintaining meaningful relationships, right? And that's exactly the same thing when it comes to our customers within the supply chain, right? We go above and beyond that. So, the way I go above and beyond is helping students build their career or embark their own career, right? Um, Aside from that, I also am focused on our newer employees. So if you can look at me as an advocate for the newer employees, so I come up with different ways to contribute to their success when it comes to onboarding them, making sure that they are also aware of the opportunities that we have at Fastenal. Um, Basically, I have structured one of my projects this year. I've structured a training plan for them so that they have a variety of ways to learn, to train, and develop, and provide them all the tools, the resources that they would need to be able to succeed in their roles, and encourage growth within their career, with their customers and whatnot. So I'm an advocate. I come up with different ways constantly on how to contribute to the success of our new employees, right? But yeah, what career readiness competencies had the most impact in my career? I would say adaptability for sure, because, like I said, I cover Western, BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and the four provinces within Atlantic, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland, and Nova Scotia. I travel for work, so I deal with different markets, right? Different personalities when it comes to hiring applicants or um, candidates, right? I work with different people with Fastenal, so I need to be able to adapt to different situations, different markets, different provinces, because all of the provinces, each province has a different set of law, whatnot. I need to be able to adapt to that. I need to adjust myself to these different colleges that are different colleges, different people, it's pretty straightforward. I need to be able to offer what's best for that certain group of people, right? Communication. I put external because it's supposed to be internal and external, but I only put that because one of my colleagues chose internal communication. But anywho, I need to be able to effectively express my thoughts and ideas to my partners, right? Externally and internally. Um, I need to make sure that I am also presenting Fastenal in a positive way, right? Not just in a positive way, but making sure that the people, that my audience is knowledgeable or is aware of the opportunities that we have, right? How can we make a difference, right, in someone's career, right? And that's basically what my role is. So now, if you are interested in an opportunity with Fastenal, you can email me. You can shoot me, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm very big on LinkedIn. If you want to hear more tips and tricks when it comes to paving your career or getting your foot in the door, basically, you can reach out to me. And then if you scan this QR code, it'll lead you to our social media accounts and our careers website. So once you go to our careers website and you narrow down your search to Canada or in your province, it'll show you the openings that we have available at the moment. If you do not see a position available within your area, not a problem. We're always constantly looking for people. We're constantly hiring. So just because you're not seeing any available positions doesn't mean that we're not really hiring. It's just a matter of because our job postings have an expirations of 2 weeks. And if there's nothing, you can reach out to me and I'll be able to connect with the managers within those branches within your area, right? Um, Employee benefits. So our full-time employees are entitled to medical, dental, life, and long-term disability insurance, in addition to paid holidays, vacation, and sick leave. And we also do RSP matching. It's free money, right? But of course, part-time flexibility. So we know as students, you need that flexible schedule and we are open to that. You let us know when you're available and we will accommodate it the best way that we can. But obviously it also comes down to what the branch needs, what the manager needs, right? And the greatest benefit here is everybody gets to make their own decisions and be part of the business. They all know they have an equal shot at everything. This is from Bob Kierlin, our Fastenal founder. Um, Fastenal started in 1967 as a small fastener shop, and now we've grown into over 3,000 locations in 26 countries. So it's very big. We are constantly growing. We are constantly expanding, right? So yeah. Any questions, any concerns you can? I know we have a few minutes here just to answer any questions that you might have, the application process or anything about Fastenal really. But yeah, I will open the floor to you now, Vivian.
Awesome. Thanks, Allyana. That was
Of
awesome.
course.
There's a lot of information about the industry, about Fastenal, about how to apply, about you. Just kind of a good insight about everything. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
Does Oh yeah, sorry. Okay. So yeah, you opened the floor up if anybody has any questions. I do have a couple questions too, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me just put it on there that we're doing a word question period. So I just wanted to ask a couple things. I think Melody has a question. Maybe we'll do that first. Is that okay? Melody, I'll turn your mic on for a minute. Okay. Melody, you're live. Oh, just joking. You're not. Oh, you're gonna have to click on and off.
It might be easier, Melody, if you want to just put it in the chat. If you put your question in your chat, then we can answer it, just in case we have some issues with the mics.
Fantastic. Good.
And Wager, I see that you also have a question. Just write it in the chat, and then we can make sure we get to that too for you.
Perfect. Okay. Thanks, Jessica. That makes it a little bit more handy.
So why don't you ask your
While we're-
questions while we wait for theirs?
Yeah, while we're waiting, I'll ask a couple of my questions, if that's okay. So what are some of those big challenges that Fastenal and even the supply chain management, I guess the supply chain solutions industry, like what are they facing now? What are they facing in the future? What does that all kind of look like for some of those big challenges coming up?
So when it comes to supply chain and logistics, I think obviously one of the biggest challenges that we are encountering, as far as I know, because I do not work directly within supply chain, I am mainly focused on recruitment selection. But I think when it comes to that, I think they are facing different issues when it comes to, outworking the competition, because there are many competitions that are also doing the same thing as us. And the way that we overcome that is, being innovative, making sure that we're not just focused on what we have now, the solutions that we have now, but also thinking what's next, what's in the future, what's coming up next, like what are some technology that we can think of that could help their solutions, that could help their operations, right, on a day-to-day. And also like the price point, right? We are very competitive. Our pricing is very competitive, but a lot of some of our customers are finding but finding better pricing, I would say, if you ask me, outside. But then they always come back to Fastenal because of the customer service that we offer to them, right? Just making sure that we're always aware of those market issues when it comes to price point, when it comes to the competition, and always thinking of different ways to help our customers, basically.
Awesome.
I think also when it comes to recruitment, we are finding it hard to retain them because they don't really, some employees don't find it easy to move up the ladder as quickly as others, right? So we need to make sure, and that's why I'm here. That's why I come up with different ways also to expose them to those opportunities, right? So I think retention when it comes to our employees is really big too, because what we offer them is growth, right? That's the main focus. We offer them growth. We offer them the opportunity to move up with the company, to grow with the company through our training and development, the investment that we have with our employees. But that's one of the big issues that we have is retainment, because we need people to run our operations, right? We need people. Yeah, we need people to to run operations for our customers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And not being able to retain some of our employees, that's one of our biggest challenges, because we have other employees doing other different roles because of that lack of employment, lack of support, lack of people within the branch, right? And then they're unable to do what they were, that what they're supposed to do, because they're focused on other things, right?
Yeah.
So we find that very difficult.
So you are looking for those, types of people that want to stay on. But
Exactly.
we do have students that are looking for entry-level jobs. Melody did ask her question in the chat. She's asking about entry-level jobs overall, but some that maybe don't require heavy lifting or hard physical labor. She says that she's a middle-aged female. But maybe can you talk about some that are geared towards students like Melody, and maybe just regular entry-level jobs that are good for everyone as well?
Absolutely. Well, Fastenal is an equal opportunity employer. Um, not if you are starting an entry level position with Fastenal, let's say warehouse associate position or warehouse support. Yes, there might be some lifting, but we also have moving equipment around the warehouse to make sure that you have that support you that you're not carrying like big, heavy things by yourself. That's why teamwork is very big. You have those peers to help you around a warehouse. And like I said, we have the moving equipment, we have forklift, we have pallet jacks and everything, and we provide you training to operate those machines or those moving equipment. So definitely not a problem. We have people who can't lift as heavy, and we like I said, we give you the tools and that you would need to be able to succeed in your role. So yeah, we provide training, you have the teamwork. So
Love that
yeah,
so
not a
much.
problem.
Wakara, and sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but we just asked, they wanted to know what was one thing you enjoy about working with Fastenal and what is one thing that you don't enjoy?
I love that. Okay. So right off
It's
the
a nice
bat,
quick one.
I know, right off the bat, when I started Fastenal, because before I started Fastenal, I was recruiting sales, door-to-door sales people for TELUS. So every day I was on the phone, recruiting or bringing in 8 to 10 people a week and not being able to retain them because as soon as they hit the doors, they realize, hey, this is not something I like doing. So the amount of effort that I was putting in when it comes to recruiting was very hard. And I found, I mean, it was a great opportunity. It was a great experience for me as an HR, right? But then at the same time, I knew that there was something more that I was seeking. And I love to help people, I love to contribute to their success. And so I started looking elsewhere. I was actively looking for something that aligned more with my values, right? And as soon as I saw this position as a regional recruiter for Fastenal, um, the first sentence on the job description is building or establishing meaningful relationships with colleges and universities, engaging with students, and helping them in any way possible. So that right off the bat, what aligned with me as an HR or as a person, because meaning I love to create positive and maintain those relationships with individuals, right? Um, the sense of ownership that I have is really big. The flexibility. I have the freedom to do whatever I want to succeed in my role and to drive growth or drive success within our region, right? Across Western and Atlantic Canada. And that's why I have the freedom to work on these certain projects, for our new employees, for recruitment, and just be as innovative as I can, right? I have that freedom and I'm allowed to make mistakes, and not, they trust me. The amount of trust that Fastenal, the employer that they provide like us, the employees, is really big because you don't find that a lot in companies these days,
Awesome.
right? You want to work with a company that has that sense of ownership, that sense of trust. And that's why we're very dynamic, right? We need our employees to have integrity, we need to trust them to do the right thing, basically. Yeah. So
Could
that's
totally feel
kind
your
of,
passion all the way through.
oh yeah.
This is where
Oh
you should
yeah.
be for sure. We could totally feel that.
Definitely.
That's awesome. You could probably you can go on and on of why you
Oh
love your
yeah, I
job,
can go
but
on and on. And
but
it's the same
I
thing
don't mean
with
to
other
put you on a time
employees.
crunch here. But
Yeah.
we do have a couple more questions in the chat if that's okay. Sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
But Winnie is asking, she's enrolled in our logistics and supply chain program, and she'll be done in August for everything including practicum. But she has over 15 years of experience in logistics and freight in Malaysia
Mhm.
before she has actually moved to Canada. Do you think that, for example, with Fastenal, would her experience be useful or transferable in your opinion?
Any experience is good. And I always say this to our applicants because, like I said, we are an equal opportunity employer. We do not look at experience. So let me explain that. We do not look at experience because a lot of our students, don't have experience within the field, but that's what we hope to provide you is experience, right? Getting your foot in the door and exposing you to the industry, to the field, right? But with someone coming in for an entry level position with extensive background, you can use that to you as an advantage to your career because you can move up
Nice.
quickly as quickly or more quicker, or sorry, you can move quicker than others, but it's all up to you, and it's all up to how fast you want to grow with the company, right? But we certainly do not we we provide equal opportunity to everyone, especially when they're just applying to us. So I hope that answers your
Yeah,
questions.
and you know what? Actually, that kind of goes into another question that was asked, and I think you kind of touched on it. But
Okay.
Bhumika said that they've started their schooling, but they have no experience, really. And will there be a downside? And you had just mentioned that no, you actually maybe don't want them to have experience. You're going to teach them everything they need to know. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
um,
We
so
provide,
yeah,
like I said, we provide full training and development for our employees. You are, as soon as you start a career with Fastenal, we will assign you courses, online courses or in-person courses. We can send you to the US to take some courses, But yeah, we that's definitely not a worry when it comes to if you don't have experience, all good. We'll provide you
awesome.
experience that you need.
No, that's great. So I'm going to ask these last two questions from Charles and Semrawit. And then we'll transition. I have a couple of questions for Jessica as well, because I don't get to see Jessica quite as often as I want to. So I want to make sure we get her questions in there too. Um, but Well, Charles wants to know if you're going to be expanding some roles into Africa. So that might be something, if you say that you're all over, so maybe that might be something. What do you think?
Oh, we are growing and we are
Yeah.
always looking where we can grow, right? We are looking at different countries. We are now in Europe, we are in Asia now. And if I'm not 100% sure if we have branches in Africa, but I think it's in the works. I heard someone talk about it, but it's definitely options are endless with the company, right? We are open, like the way we grow too in different countries is we build such meaningful relationships with our customers, and when our customers grow internationally, we follow them.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's
it's just
awesome.
you just never know.
So Charles, it's a maybe. Maybe up and coming.
Awesome.
And then Summerwet says, what's the one common best quality that all your employees have?
Um, I would say that's a good question. Caught me off guard there. But they are very what do you call this? They have student mentality. They are always learning. They always have that hunger to grow uh within the company and to grow for our customers, right? So they have that hunger. They're always constantly looking for ways, how can we improve? How can we better ourselves? How can we, like what's next for me? They're always thinking ahead. So I feel that um our focus is our customers, and that's really our big thing for us is focusing on our customers and making sure we are providing or we are contributing to their success, to their growth.
Awesome.
I
I
think
love
that's one
that.
of the things that we have in common, all of us.
No, that's well, I hopefully we all have that, right? That's
Yeah.
that's such a great thing to have.
Mhm.
Um, but let me just switch gears for a minute. I'll come back to you, Allyana. There's a lot more questions in the chat, but I wanted to make sure that we've got time for everybody. But Jessica, I'm gonna put you on the spot because we don't get to chit chat like we want to. this is a huge thing. Being a part of this logistics or warehousing type programming is super important. Supply chain is what makes the world go around. So for our students here today that are upcoming, that want to be involved, what do they need as a student to register for the program? How long is it? Can you kind of give us the nitty-gritty of the program itself?
Yeah. No, those are great questions. Our program itself is a 44-week program. Okay. So it's under a year, and it is focused with 720 hours of those in class, as well as 400 hours practicum. So it's quite an extensive practicum time frame. So for those that are interested in looking at getting into the program, we have a few different admission requirements, whether you're coming in from a standard admission perspective or a mature admission perspective. So what we would do is really connect you with one of our advisors so that they can see which category you would sit into. Our standard admissions, we do look for a high school diploma, verified by a transcript. And then also for mature admissions, we do have an admissions assessment that students can take that will help us qualify you for the entrance requirements as well. And I want to throw this back at you, Vivian, because again, 400 hours of practicum is quite a bit. What kind of opportunities are there for students? Like we have Fastenal, which honestly, I hope we take all of our students. You're looking for them all. We have all of them.
She's a professional. She
what
can
other kind of
interview them all.
opportunities and different job opportunities are there as well after students take the program?
Well, some of the skills, so yeah, you turned it back at me. I wasn't ready. So some of those jobs that we're looking at are going to be like inventory management. You've got procurement and purchasers. You've got a lot of like warehouse, administration managers, supply chain, like planners and coordinators. Some like type of like transporter or scheduler. Dispatch is really important there. And then your skills, you're looking for like those interpersonal skills and negotiation skills. And I think Allyana really touched on a little bit of this already.
Yeah.
But some of those positive working relationships, when you're working with vendors and suppliers and shippers, and of course your customers, you want to make sure that you're really keeping that positive vibe and really trying to work towards that common goal. I say like supervisory skills, leadership skills, those will give you the base. I know that we have a lot of entry level type jobs, but if you're really into supervisory type roles, you definitely can push forward and try to set those settings for yourself right off the hop, so you're not developing them later. You're developing them right at the start. So yeah, so
Great.
So that's kind of what you need, I think. And for anybody that's thinking about practicum or whatever, or applying for our roles or are applying for our program, it's really great. We've got instructors that are super knowledgeable. They've already been in the industry for a long time and really can kind of help out. Then we've got like sessions like this that we do with professionals like Allyana that really can add to what the industry is already like from their point of view, being right on the ground. So yeah, so thanks.
Thank you. And I know that some people have asked like how to get into the program, so we will put into the chat. You're always welcome. If anybody is here that is looking at starting in a program, you can always go to our website and we can definitely get you connected. I think after here, we have a few more minutes left here, but if you are interested in getting connected with an admissions specialist here fairly quickly, then we can put you into a breakout room and I can work with you to get you connected with your admissions advisors as well.
Awesome. Okay, so I do want to, I know some people are messaging separately saying, I gotta go. So I'm going to take this moment here just to thank Allyana for coming and presenting everything about Fastenal, about the industry, talking about recruitment, and to Jessica for coming through to talking about admissions. Logistics and supply chain really does make our world go round. So it's super important to all of us, or it should be important to all of us, So we hope that you've received a lot of information about the program. If you do want to stay back, if you have additional questions for registering about the program, you can either raise your hand and we'll talk to you one-on-one, or you can message in the chat and we'll be able to give you some one-on-one time to go through it. So hopefully we see you as part of campus life soon. But yeah, so if you wanted to do that right now, we'll break out some of those students that do have not students, sorry, some new folks or students that have extra questions about admissions. But if you do have some extra questions for Allyana, you can still put them in the chat. We can continue on, but for any of those industry related questions. But yeah, if for those of you that have to go, that keep messaging me, you can definitely have a great rest of your day and head out. But for anybody that wants to stay on, yeah, definitely you can. Jessica,
I just want to say thank you as well. And thank you, Vivian, and thank you, Allyana. That was great information coming from you. And it's really nice to have employers that, that our programs are really suited for. And so it's really nice to see. And it looks like we have some students that are going to be reaching out to you for some jobs here right away too. So
thank you so much.
Look for CDI College on the resume.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. It was my pleasure.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So yeah, Jessica, if anybody has any other breakout questions for admissions, can they just put it in the chat? Is that how you want to do it? Okay. And if anybody has any other questions for Allyana, I'm going to scroll back through because I think I saw a couple. Maxwell, who's a part of our team, asked a question of, do you have such opportunities for our programs for our students that are already trained and positioned to take up those starting roles, or they're starting from a supervisory level? That's a good question.
Okay, so what you're asking is if there are opportunities for students to start within those roles?
Let me just read it how he wrote it. I thought I was being crafty. Our students are trained and positioned to take up positions or roles starting from supervisory level. Do you have such opportunities or programs for our graduates?
Oh, okay. So like I said earlier, we are an equal opportunity employer. So whatever positions we have right now, and we typically recruit for entry-level positions such as supply chain associate, warehouse, or sales support, then you would be coming into those positions. We do not create managerial positions as often as we do because, like I said, we promote from within. If we are in need of a general manager, branch manager, we would go first to our employees. But once you start start a career with Fastenal, you can assure, or you can trust that the opportunity will be there, right? To move up with the company. Exactly. It doesn't matter how long you've been with the company, as long as you have the ambition, you have the drive, you can grow as fast as you want.
And I just want to say, I think I really appreciate that. I know a lot of people going back to school, and we have some of our students here and some people looking at a full career change. And sometimes if they have such great experience in different career and going back to school is sometimes, it's a scary thing to just start something fresh. But to know that there's companies that will support, there's a lot of transferable skills from different careers coming in. But everybody you start entry level, get your foot in the door with Fastenal, with other employers. And it's great to see that Fastenal will be looking at that and really respecting your employees' experiences and be able to move them up into different positions fairly quickly if they have that ambition and stuff. So that's really nice to see. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I guess that wraps up. Oh, we went over the time. I apologize, everybody. But thank you again to you for joining us today. Thank you, Allyana. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you to our social team for putting everything together. And hopefully we will see some of you working with Fastenal soon.
Yeah, well, if you have any other additional questions, you can reach out to me through LinkedIn or through email.
just gonna
Yeah,
say the
and
same
we-
thing. Allyana's email is in the chat. So have a great rest of your day, everybody, and good luck. And hopefully we see some of you around your names around the campus real soon.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Thanks,
Vivian. Thank
everybody.
you, Jessica, and thank you, CDI.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Awesome. Bye now.
Thank
Take
you.
care.